RC Robbin, thank you for joining the live stream. This is a big game. So this is a matchup between the first place Los Angeles Dodgers and the second place Hollywood Avengers in the National League West. 2-game lead for the Dodgers. This is the final game of a 3-game set between the two ball clubs. It's 1 game apiece. This is the rubber match. If the Avengers win, they're a game back. If they lose, they're 3 games back in the division. So this is a big matchup. So let's get the show on the road. Let's do this. Avengers versus Dodgers. These are your starting lineups. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. The difficulty setting for hitting and pitching is set to All-Star. Not looking to impress anybody. Just looking to have a good time. That's somewhere in the middle. Obviously, I do play-by-play. Hopefully, you can bear the sound of my voice. Live from Dodger Stadium, the final game of a 3-game series between the Hollywood Avengers and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Welcome to some Major League Baseball. On the mound for the Dodgers, Cy Young himself, making his 24th start. He's 17-2 with a 3.26 earned run average. He leads the league with 17 wins in the National League. And leading off for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie cut the check. 306, 14 homers, 55 RBIs. Here comes the first pitch from Young. And he just gets a piece of that fastball for strike 1. Anthony Mackie plays Sam Wilson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
First pitch,
He's the new Captain America. Just misses off the plate. Counting as 1 ball, 1 strike. Dodgers are in first place in the NL West. That's Xander Bogaerts at shortstop and Eric Thames in right field. Count as 1 ball, 1 strike on Mackie. And he's a little late on the fastball. Skies at the deep center, but playable. He makes the catch for the first out. Starting lineup for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie is at short. The DH today is Tom Holland. Robert Downey Jr. is at right. Catcher is Mark Ruffalo. First baseman is Chris Evans. Chadwick Boseman's at third. Benedict Cumberbatch is at second. Sebastian Stan is in left. And batting ninth and playing center field, Don Cheadle. Tom Holland, 361 batting average to lead the ball club. He's designated hitters today. And he pops him up. First base side, foul territory. Straddling the line and makes the catch 2-away. 2 quick outs here in the top of the first, no score. Next up is the right fielder today, Robert Downey Jr., 294, 16 homers, 68 runs batted in. Hits from the left side. And he pulls it foul for strike 1. Robert Downey Jr. does not lead the team in homers, in case you saw that incorrect stat on the screen. Checks the swing, curveball is low, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Pops it upstairs behind home plate, count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Robert plays Tony Stark, or Iron Man in the MCU. Pitch is low, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty, top of the first, no score. Clyde Washington is the man calling balls and strikes behind the home plate. Did he check it?
Did he go?
Yes, he did, according to the third base umpire. The count will go full. 3-2 on deck, the Incredible Hulk.
Did he go?
And he did not go, so it's a 2-out walk for Tony Stark, and the inning will continue here in the top of the first.
That is 4.
Tried to get him a chase.
Number 84.
Next up is Mark Ruffalo, hitting .335, leads the team with both 23 homers and 94 runs batted in. Runner leads off first 2-1. Jams him, pops it up to the shortstop. Bogaerts retires the side. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, 1 left on at the end of the half inning of play. It's the Hollywood Avengers, nothing. The Los Angeles Dodgers coming to bat. This is Avengers Baseball. On the mound for the Avengers, Black Widow, also known as Scarlet Johansson. She is 6-3 this season with a 3.87 earned run average. And leading off, third baseman Joe Torre. He's hitting 335 this season, 28 homers.
The third baseman.
Here comes the first pitch from Scarlet. Checks his swing, fastball's in there, strike one. So the Avengers are obviously have a firm lead, a firm grip on a wild card spot. But as far as the division is concerned, they have been placed into the National League West, taking the place of the San Diego Padres, and they are in second place 2 games behind the Los Angeles Dodgers. And that's a line drive headed towards left. Racing over is Sebastian Stan to make the catch, one away. Starting lineup for the Dodgers, Joe Torre is at third. Robinson Cano's at second. Stan Musial is at left. Xander Bogaerts is at short. The DH is Willie Calhoun. Eric Thames is in right. Tucker Barnhart is the catcher. Hunter Bishop is the center fielder and batting ninth playing first base. Alex Avila. Bobby Cano, 278, 22 homers, 59 RBI, steps up. One out here in the bottom of the first. And he lines it foul. Strike one. Out in front of the changeup, swinging a miss, count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. I don't know if Robbie Cano, he's a modern Major League player. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but he is close. And he fouls it back. Count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Played for the Yankees during their championship in 2009. He's got to be close to 3,000 hits. If he makes the 3,000 hit mark, I would say he's definitely a Hall of Famer. And he swings it down at the slider, which is down in. Fouls it off. Count remains 0-2. And fighting up there, staying alive. That looks exactly like Robinson Cano. Line drive. First put out there for Robert Downey Jr. He makes the catch with relative ease. There's 2 away. Then again, he didn't really have to move. Get it right at him. Robert Downey Jr. Usually plays first base for the Avengers. A little bit of a shuffle job in the infield and outfield this third game of this set. Next up is Stan the Man Musial. He's got hitting 376 on the season. First pitch from Scarlet. And he slices it the other way. There is the Winter Soldier to retire the side. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Black Widow. At the end of 1, there's no score here at Dodger Stadium. So we go to the top of the second. Stepping up for the Avengers, Chris Evans hitting 321. He has 11 homers and 51 RBIs. Comes a pitch from the sideline. And he pulls it foul. Strike one. In the dirt, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Chris Evans plays Steve Rogers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the original Captain America. In there, at the knees, count is 1 and 2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty. Misses outside, tried to get him the chase. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Black Panther. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. And he pulls it high and deep, but it will curl out of play. And we'll do it again. Here comes the full count pitch. High and tight. Ball 4. He walks the leadoff man here in the top of the second. You know what they say about first walking batters? They come around to score. The late, great Chadwick Boseman's hitting 335, 14 homers, 56 runs batted in. Runner leads off first here in the top of the second. Nobody out. Chases a slider or a splitter. Nasty breaking ball. Strike one. Pitch out. Nothing doing. Count evens 1-1. Chris Evans down at first base does have speed, so he does have potential to steal. Outside with the fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike. That was 95 on the radar gun. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. High. Hitters count. 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck, Dr. Stephen Strange. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Pitch is low, just missed. And that's 2 consecutive walks for Cy Young. So it'll be 2 on and nobody out here in the top of the second.
The second baseman.
Next up, Chadwick, no, check that, is Benedict Cumberbatch, part-time player. He's getting some time today at third base, sitting 306 on the season. And he, a little late on the fastball, fouls it down the left field line, out of play, strike 1. Runners lead off first and second. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is foul. That is a foul ball. That was mere feet from being a 3-run home run here in the second. But instead it's an 0-2 count for Dr. Strange. And he just gets a piece of that screwball to stay alive. Count will remain 0-2. I feel your pain, Stephen. And he skies it to medium center field. And he makes the catch. Tagging at second and going to third, that's a little dangerous, but the throw is offline, and Evans makes it to third with 1 out. So there'll be runners at first and third with 1 away. Next up, the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan, 280. 7 homers, 31 RBIs. He's in left field today. He's got that runner at third base with less than 2 outs. Can he get him home and break the scoreless tie? Fastball misses low. Ball 1. And he pulls it foul. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a line drive. He makes the catch, tagging at third. It's a shallow throw. It is not in time. It's an RBI sacrifice fly for Bucky Barnes. The Winter Soldier and the MCU takes an early 1-0 lead. So he got the job done. There's 2 outs, runner at first. Thought Thames might get him at the plate, but not in time. So up next with 2 down is Don Cheadle. He plays James Rhodes in the MCU. He's super cold in his last 9 games. Overall, 279, 10 homers, 54 RBIs. He is 3 for his last 32. Oof. Second half has not been kind. Pitch out, nothing doing. There is some speed at first base. Chadwick Boseman may want to steal to get himself in scoring position with 2 outs. Throw to first. He's back. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And he fouls it off. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Don Cheadle's a switch hitter, batting from the left side against the righty Cy Young. He's going. Pitch is high. Throw down is not in time. It's a stolen base for Black Panther. Wakanda Forever. Here's the replay from behind home plate. So runner in scoring position with 2 down. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike to War Machine. Here comes the pitch. And he's a grounder to short. Easy play, routine play for Xander Bogaerts to retire the side. So, inning and a half, 1-0, Avengers lead. So we go to the bottom of the second. Up steps Xander Bogaerts, 341, 30 homers, 87 runs batted in. Black Widow sets and delivers. And he grounds it foul. Strike one. Xander Bogaerts plays for the Boston Red Sox in real life. He's a current modern player. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count is 0-2. Knuckler misses outside. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. Struck him out swinging and there's 1 away. First strikeout for Scarlet. Sorry that Scarlet looks like a 13-year-old boy. The creative player function doesn't have any options to create female players. I don't agree with that. I think that baseball would do well to allow us to create our wives, our girlfriends, our sisters. Fouls it off. Calhoun. Willie Calhoun, the designated hitter, is hitting .289, 18 homers, 65 RBIs. And the count is 0-1. But no female creative player options. Maybe next year. Slider inside corner. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Willie had 2 homers in the first game of the series, the game in which they won 9-0. Grounder into the teeth of the shift, throws him out, cut the check. Nice play by Anthony Mackie on the second base side of second base.
The right fielder.
So 2 down, up steps the right fielder Eric Thames. Overall, he's hitting .210. He does have 14 homers and 30 RBIs. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. So Scarlet is 6-3. She started the season in the bullpen when Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson in there, strike 2. When Samuel L. Jackson did not perform well and then went down with an injury, she was inserted into the starting rotation, a position she has held ever since. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Thames. Struck him out swinging and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Scarlett Johansson. At the end of 2, it's 1-0 Avengers lead. So we go to the top of the 3rd. Lineup turns over for the Avengers. Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson, 0 for 1. Here comes the pitch. Just misses off the plate. Ball 1. Tight strike zone by the home plate umpire. It's not giving either pitch of the corners.
Ball 2.
2 balls and no strikes. And he's late on the fastball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And he grounds it to the second baseman. Cano fields, fires, foul. And there's 1 away.
The bat, number 8.
These are the standings in the National League West this season. As you can see, the Hollywood Avengers have taken the place of the San Diego Padres in the NL West, and they are 2 games behind the Dodgers. They win today, they'll be 1 game back. They lose today, they'll be 3 games back. Up next is the DH Tom Holland, Spider-Man, 0 for 1. And he pulls it foul to strike 1. A little out in front. Fouls off the high fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Tom Holland. And he swings and misses. It's in the dirt, blocked nicely by Barnhart. Makes the throw to first. Strike him out, throw him out. 2 away here in the top of the 3rd. Next up, Robert Devin Jr., who walked in his first plate appearance. So therefore, he is no official at bat as of yet. That ball is high and deep, but curling foul. Strike 1. As you can see, Robert Downey Jr. was the Rookie of the Month in the month of July for the National League. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So we're at Dodger Stadium. This is the rubber game of the 3-game set. Each team has 1 win each. And again, he's out in front, pulls it foul. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Each team has won 1 game apiece. So this is the best 2 out of 3 series. Down the end. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty, 1-0 lead for the MCU here in the top of the 3rd. Here comes the pitch from Cy Young. Outside, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck, Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk. Just gets a piece of the fastball. Could have been ball 4, but too close to take. Count remains full. And he walks him again. That's 2 walks for Robert Downey Jr. That's 2-out walk here in the 3rd.
Number 84.
A little high. Next up, Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, lined out in the 1st. Here comes the pitch from the stretch. High, ball 1. They're showing patience at the plate. This will be pitch number 50 here after 2 2/3 innings. And he pulls it high and deep. That ball is gonzo. That's a 2-run home run for Hulk. Hulk smash. Home run number 24 on the season for Mark Ruffalo. And just like that, the Avengers have a 3-0 advantage here in the 3rd. Oh yeah. Hulk smash. Smash. Let's watch this replay. Bang. Just crushes it. The breaking ball, flat breaking ball down that left field line. The question would be whether it stays fair or foul, and it did wrap itself inside that left field foul pole. Next up, Chris Evans. Walk in the 2nd. No official at bat. And he hits a deep drive, but playable for Stan the Man Musial to retire the side. But a 2-run home run by Mark Ruffalo increases their lead here after 2.5 innings of play. It's the Avengers 3, the Dodgers nothing. This is Avengers Baseball. Leading off for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 3rd, Tucker Barnhart, 252, 5 homers, 33 runs batting in. Scarlet sets and delivers. Grounded to 3rd. Routine play for Black Panther. Throws to 1st, and there's 1 away. So next up is Hunter Bishop, part-time player, hitting 300, who has an RBI on the season. He's obviously giving a day off to one of his starters here in his 3rd game of the series. Fouls it back, strike 1. Hunter Bishop. Low, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And he pops it upstairs behind home plate, out of play. Count is quickly 1 ball, 2 strikes. Line drive caught by Chris Evans playing first base today. There's 2 away. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the first baseman. They're going to show us a replay? No replay. That's interesting. So 2 down, up steps today's first baseman for the Dodgers, Alex Avila. He's hitting only .225 on the season. Inside corner, strike 1. Alex Avila usually plays catcher, playing first base today. Giving Big Poppy a day off. That hits against the shift and gets himself a 2-out single. Beat the shift. Hard line drive. Right through the spot where the second baseman usually plays. Again, an example as to where the shift will sometimes burn you. So 2 outs, lineup turns over. Joe Torre is up again. He lined out in the 1st. Runner at first, 2 outs. Fastball in there, strike 1. So slow line drive, he will not make the catch. It's a bloop base hit to left field, and After getting the first 2 outs, now 2 straight hits for the Dodgers, and tying run will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 3rd.
The batter number 24.
Next up, Robbie Cano lined out in the 1st. He does have pop. She needs to be careful. Backhanded by Chris Evans. He can do this all day. Steps on the bag himself to retire the side. So the 2 runners are left stranded. And after 3 innings of baseball here at Dodger Stadium, it's the Avengers leading 3-0. So we go to the top of the 4th. Up steps the late, great Chadwick Boseman. No official at bat. He walked in the 2nd. I say late and great because obviously Chadwick, we lost him in 2020 to colon cancer. May he rest in peace. Screwball outside, ball 1. Low in the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes. That's a deep drive, but he just got under it. And there's 1 away. Just got under it. Had a chance to put it out, but not quite good move. So there's 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Up steps Dr. Stephen Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, who flew out in the 2nd. He is 0 for 1. Welcome to Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Pitches inside, ball 1. Benedict Cumberbatch obviously plays Dr. Stephen Strange in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
2 balls, no strikes.
Three balls, no strikes. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not, because they don't swing on 3-0. I always take a pitch. In there. Now the handcuffs are off. It's a hitter's count, 3-1. Let's see what happens. Young Diaz. And it's a drive towards left center field, but playable for Thames for the 2nd out. Two down, up steps Sebastian Stan, who had a sacrifice fly in the 2nd inning. It's a 3-0 lead for the Avengers here in the top of the 4th. And he slices it down the right field line, foul ball. Pitch is low and outside, count 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's a line drive. It will hang up there in left for Mujo to make the catch and retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Cy Young. After 3.5, it's 3-0. Avengers lead. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Up steps that same Stan Mujo, who's 0 for 1. Scarlet sets and delivers. Checks a swing, but the fastball finds the inside corner, strike 1. Stan's got 41 homers. By comparison, the leader in home runs for the Avengers is Mark Ruffalo of the Hulk with only 24. So, in there, counts quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. So while they don't hit homers, they do score runs. The Avengers score runs, they steal bases, they have good pitching. That's how they get it done. Strike 3 called. Fastball hits the outside corner, paints the black. That's the 3rd strikeout from Black Widow. Here's a replay. Let's see if it was actually way too close to take. You got to follow that off for 2 strikes just to be on the safe side. Next up, Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop, struck out in his first at-bat. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. And that's a deep drive. Racing back, he's not going to get it. It's going to 1-hop to the wall. And that's going to be a 1-out double for Xander Bogaerts. He is in scoring position for the Dodgers here in the 4th. That's number 35. Double number 35 on the season. Oof. Crushed it. Thought Bucky might have a chance to make the running catch, but just took off. Next up, Willie Calhoun. He's got 2 homers in the first game of the series, 4 for 8, but he's 0 for 1 today. So inside corner, strike 1. Running in scoring position, 1 away. Just off the plate inside, counts 1 ball, 1 strike. Calhoun's hitting .340 with runners in scoring position, so he is very comfortable with that runner at second. Ground ball, checks him back to second, throws to first. Nice play by T'Challa, and there are 2 away. Calhoun is retired.
Number 10, Eric.
So 2 outs, and Eric Thames is up again. He struck out in the second. He's 0 for 1. Looked high, called a strike, but home plate umpire. So he likes north-south, does not like east-west, it seems. Fouls off his next pitch. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Eric. Swing and a miss at the 2-seamer. Struck him out. Side is retired. So at the end of 4, the Avengers lead 3-0. This is Avengers Baseball. Leading off the top of the 5th, Don Cheadle. Don's in a slump. He's 0 for 1. 3 for his last 33. Misses outside, ball 1. Needs to get back on track. He was hitting over 300 in the first half. Now the average is down below 280. High, 2 balls and no strikes. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And he scoots it to center. Easy play for the center fielder for the first out. He's still in the dumps. 0 for 2 today. So, lineup turns over. Anthony Mackie is 0 for 2 himself. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Here comes the pitch. Pops him up behind home plate. Out of his crouch is Tucker Barnhart. He makes the running catch for the second out. 2 quick outs for Cy Young here in the 5th.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
So next up, Tom Holland, 0 for 2. Checks his swing. Curveball is outside, ball 1. Grounder to the third baseman, Torrey Fields. Fires, got him. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Cy Young after 4.5 here at Dodger Stadium. It's 3-0 Avengers. Oh yeah. So we go to the dugout to talk to Heidi Watney, but unfortunately there's something wrong with her microphone, so we're going to have to cut away. We apologize. Stepping in for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 5th, Tucker Barnhart. 0 for 1. He's 1 for 4 in this series with RBI. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Scarlet Johansson doesn't have a really good fastball. Her fastball hovers around 89, 90 miles an hour. But she has 4 pitches that all move. So if she can hit her spots, she can be successful. Swing and a miss again by Tucker. Count is quickly 0-2. And it is a fly ball to center. There is Don Cheadle. 1 away.
Now batting, center fielder.
Next up, Hunter Bishop, 3 for 11 on the season. Obviously a recent call-up from the minor leagues, only 11 at-bats. He's 0 for 1 today. And he fouls it off, strike 1. And he pops it up to short left field, racing out to Anthony Mackie. He makes the catch for the second out. Cut the check. Here's 2 away.
Now batting, the first baseman.
So 2 away, up steps the first baseman, Alex Avila. He did have a single in his first at-bat. Here comes the pitch from Scarlet. And he yanks it hard for a foul. Strike 1. I think Alex Avila, I think of him as playing for the Detroit Tigers, but I'm sure he's a bit of a journeyman by this point. Swinging and misses the high slider inside 2 quick strikes on the dealer. And who knows what team it plays for now. Strike 3 called. Knuckleball floated in there. He thought it was inside, but nevertheless, it's called strike 3. It's an official ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The MCU leads 3-0. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the 6th. Robert Downey Jr. scored a run today. He has 2 walks on his ledger. Officially no at-bat as of yet. He's the right fielder today. In the dirt, ball 1. That's a deep drive. It's got a chance. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a foul ball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Just couldn't stay fair. Hitting hard, but foul. Misses low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. In the Dodgers bullpen, you got the right-hander Jacob Barnes and the lefty Brett Martin getting loose. 2-1 count on Tony Stark. Here's the pitch. Found the corner. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tough pitch. Strike 3 called. He thought it was low, but he's not going to argue. That's strikeout number 2 for Cy Young today. Let's look at this pitch.
Now batting, number 84.
I'd have to agree. I think that pitch is low. I don't like the call. Regardless, there's 1 away here on the top of the 6th. 2-run home run in his last at-bat. Incredible Hulk is up at the plate. Swings at the first pitch and skies it to center field. Could jump in there. Nice running catch by the second baseman, Robbie Cano, for the 2nd out. In that no man's land, that Bermuda Triangle in right center field, but he chased it down. So 2 quick outs here in the 6th. Up steps Chris Evans, who's 0 for 1 officially. He has walked and scored a run today. Hard ground ball, 1 hopper to Cano. Throws to first, and it's a quick inning for Cy Young. It's a good game for both pitchers, actually, because since the Hollywood Avengers only have 1 hit today, but that 1 hit accounts for 3 runs. The Avengers lead 3-0. Oh, yeah. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Up steps Joe Torre, who's 1 for 2 in the 7th.
The third
Johansson
baseman,
sets, and
Torre.
in there, strike 1. Jams him, pops it up to the first baseman. Evans is there. Makes the catch 1 away.
The batter, number 24.
Next up, Robbie Cano was 0 for 2.
Robinson.
He had an opportunity with 2 runners on. His last at bat did not come through. Inside edge, strike 1, the fastball. Chase the changeup, down and in, fouls it off, counts quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Pitch count is economical so far for Scarlet. And he bounces it up the first base line. It is a foul ball. Count will remain 0-2. We'll line it up again. And he knocks it to left. Racing over towards the left field line is the Winter Soldier to make the catch for the 2nd out. Hard line drive, but chased it down. Next up, Stan Musial is hitting .374 to lead the National League. He's 0 for 2 today, though. Here comes the pitch. And he pops it up. He'll be 0 for 3. Straddling that first base line is Chris Evans. He retires the side. So, 6 shutout innings for ScarJo. It's 3-0 Avengers.
Your attention, please.
So as we go to the top of the 2nd, Jacob Barnes takes over for Cy Young. Cy Young's game was hard to describe. He's only gave up 1 hit, but he gave up 3 runs on the sac fly and a 2-run homer by Mark Ruffalo. So they got to him. Fastball from Barnes is outside to Chadwick Boseman, who's 0 for 1 today. Chadwick played Black Panther in the MCU. And he pulls it. Foul. Count as 1-0. And he pops him up. Right side. There was Avila at first. And there's 1 out. In the 7th.
Now batting. Number 3.
Next up, Benedict Cumberbatch is 0 for 2 today. Benedict plays Dr. Stephen Strange in the MCU. Fouls it back upstairs behind home plate. Strike 1. Jams him high and tight, pops it up left side. Third baseman Joe Torre makes the catch, 2 away.
Now
2 down, up steps Sebastian Stan, who's 6 for 10 with 5 RBIs in this series. He has a sac fly today. Officially, he's 0 for 1. Here comes the pitch. Chases a cut fastball out of the strike zone. Strike 1. Down and in. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Sinking fastball gets past him. Swing and a miss. Count as 1 and 2. Good inning so far for Jacob Barnes.
2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch was low. Check the swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 7th. 3-0 lead for the MCU. Here's the pitch. Full count, 3 and 2. On deck, War Machine, Don Cheadle. That's a line drive, base hit to left. It's a 2-out single for Bucky Barnes. And this half inning will continue. See this replay.
Now batting.
Love this
Number
angle.
10.
Next up, Don Cheadle. 0 for 2. Averages dipped to 277. Popped it up behind home plate, out of play, strike 1. 277 is not a bad batting average, but he was hitting 300 for the entire first half of the season. So, going outside in the dirt, blocked nicely by Barnhart. And the runner does not advance, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Outlander.
Nope.
Pitch is low. Just for your information,
2-1.
the Dodgers won the first game of this 3-game set 9-0, but yesterday the Avengers took that game 7-2. So this is the rubber match. They're tied 1 game apiece. Best 2 out of 3 will be determined today. We are in the top of the 7th. The Avengers have a 3-0 advantage.
Yep,
Outside,
that's all
hitters count. 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck, the new Captain America, Anthony Mackie. Here comes the pitch to James Rhodes. And he jams him, and it will caught in the infield by Xander Bogaerts to retire the side. Good afternoon, Mr. Outlander. Trying to squeeze in a baseball game. Excited to see who wins this series between the first place and second place teams. Get up and stretch. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. We go to the bottom of the Cotton Eye Joe. Cotton Eye Joe. Anyway. In the 7th, ScarJo is still on the mound. Looked outside, called a strike by the home plate umpire. Apparently he likes Scarlett Johansson's movies. It's giving her a really big strike zone today. I'm not complaining. Whatever works. Jams him, pops it up. In foul territory, the first baseman Chris Evans makes the catch for the first out. 6 1/3 shutout inning so far for Scarlett Johansson. Next up, DH Willie Calhoun, who has 2 homers in this series. He's 0 for 2 today. Here comes the pitch. That's a line drive, and he beat the shift. So it'll be a 1-out single for Calhoun. That'll be a 6-game hitting streak for him. Congratulations. Next up, right fielder Eric Thames. Struck out twice today. In there, strike one. 2 for 9. He does have a homer in the series. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at that floating knuckleball. Struck him out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Thames. 6th overall for Black Widow. Look at the ball. No spin on the ball. And he doesn't even come close. So 2 down. Up steps the catcher, Tucker Barnhart. He's 0 for 2. Runner at first. Here comes the pitch. Checks the swing, but the umpire says it was in there for strike one. And he lines it foul. Count again quickly 0-2. Lots and lots of 0-2 counts for Scarlet Johansson today. Been the secret to her success. Grounder in on his hands to the 3rd baseman. Routine play for T'Challa, and the side is retired. So 7 shutout innings for Scarlet Johansson. The end of 7, it's 3-0. Avengers lead. Yeah. So we go to the top of the 8th. In relief for the Dodgers is Anthony Bass. He's 5-5 with a 5.23 earned run average. And he will face the top of the lineup, Anthony Mackie. Cut the check. He is 0 for 3. He needs to get in the hit column. Actually, the entire team does. Even though they have 3 fastball from Bass is in there, strike one. Even though they have 3 runs today, they only have 2 hits on the scoreboard. Strike 2. Gave him the outside corner. 2 quick strikes on Mackie. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he swung and popped it up out of play. So it was a 2-run home run from Mark Ruffalo and a sacrifice fly. That's a line drive down the right field line. The count will remain 0-2. And a sacrifice fly from Sebastian Stan equals the 3 runs on the scoreboard. But grounder to the right side and through. That's hit number 3 of the ball game for the Avengers. It's a leadoff single for Anthony Mackie. Cut the check. And he has a lot of speed. So I'm sure that given the opportunity, he will take second. So let's see what happens. Next up, Spider-Man. Bullpen for the Dodgers is active still. Fouls it back, strike 1. Bass sets. Slider finds the inside corner quickly. It's 0-2 on Peter Parker. He's 0 for 3 today. Jammed him inside. Fouled it back. Stay alive. Runner leads off first.
That's the ball.
Misses just high. Attendance 50,937. Sellout here at Dodger Stadium. It's hard to get a sellout in Los Angeles, California for baseball. Too many distractions. Just fouls off the slider. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. But then again, if you have the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe playing a rivalry game against the home team. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the slider and doesn't run away. He's 0 for 4 today. Nasty breaking ball.
Now batter.
Here's the
Number
replay.
12.
Next up, Robert Downey Jr. Walked twice, scored a run. Officially, he is 0 for 9. Quick throw to first. He's got. So it's 3-0 here in the 8th. This is the rubber match between these 2 ball clubs. Grounds it. Foul. Strike 1. High and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And he yanks it foul. Count is 1-2. Tried to turn on that inside pitch. Couldn't keep it fair. Low in the dirt, bounces away, and he does not advance. Nice recovery by the catcher, Tucker Barnhart. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tony Stark, Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk, is on deck. He has a 2-run home run today. Here comes a 3-2 pitch from Anthony Bass. And he flies it to deep right center field, pardon me. Center fielder makes the catch, 2-way. No advance. So he had a single, a leadoff single, so runner at first with nobody out. Now it's a runner at first with 2 outs. Up steps the Incredible Hulk, who today, like I said earlier, in the 3rd inning, hit a 3-run home run. Here it is. Boom! Just inside that left field foul pole. Can he do it again with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th? That was home run number 24 on the season. Fastball is low, ball 1. Team leading 94th and 95th RBI of the season. Throw to first, he's back. If he's able to steal, that would put a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, where a single could possibly increase their lead. Inside corner, strike 1. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Chase is a high fastball, swing and a miss, 1-2. Again, Mackie leads off first. Just gets a piece of the slider to stay alive. Outside, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 8th. Runner leads off first, 3-0 Avengers. Here comes the pitch from Bass. Low, full count. On the full count pitch, the runner will be off with the pitch, so he'll get a little bit of a jump. Why he would throw over on a 3-2 pitch doesn't make any sense, because he's going to get a head start anyway. So, here comes the full count pitch. Pitch is high, ball 4. So a hit and a walk in this inning gives them first and second with 2 outs. And up steps Chris Evans, who's 0 for 2 today, but he does have a walk and a run score. His average is 320 on the season. A single could get an insurance rating. And it is a single. Rounding third and heading home is the new Captain America. The throw to the plate is not in time. It is an RBI single for the old Captain America, the original Captain America. He can do this all day. And the MCU now leads 4-0. Here comes the replay. The throw is up the line. No chance with that kind of speed rounding. He can fly. Yeah, I said it. He can fly. So next up, Black Panther, runners at first and second. Black Panther's going to walk in the stolen base today, but he is 0 for 2. Fouls it off, strike 1. So after losing the first game of this 3-game set, 9-0, the Avengers win the next game 7-2, and now they lead in the 8th inning in this one. Gunner to third, throws to first, in time, side retiring. Now in this one, they lead 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. This is Avengers baseball. Center fielder today, Hunter Bishop, is 3 for 12 on the season, only 12 at-bats. Recent playoff from the minor leagues. Giving a day off to center fielder. It's 0 for 2. Fastball inside. Nope, called strike. Count is 0-1. Fouls it back, strike 2. So every game I play, I have it on the difficulty setting of All-Star for hitting and pitching. And once a game, just for record-keeping sake, I like to go over gameplay. Hitting difficulty is at All-Star. Pitching difficulty is at All-Star. Just for accountability's sake. Not trying to show off. Just don't want people to think that I'm manipulating things. And it is a lazy fly ball near the right field line in foul territory. Robert Downey Jr., who normally plays first base, playing right field today, makes the catch. It's his second put out there. He has one away here in the bottom of the eighth. He can play the outfield, but doesn't do it very often. Next up, first baseman Alex Avila. He's 1 for 2 in December. Inside corner, strike 1. Swing and a miss. 2 quick strikes on him, really. And he fouls off the knuckler. Count remains 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. There's 2 away. That's strikeout number 7 for Scarlet Johansson. Here's the replay. It was a strike. He was just out in front of the slider. Couldn't get wood. Lineup turns over for the Dodgers. Joe Torre is 3 for 11 in this series. 1 for 3 with a single today. Fastball in there, strike 1. Jams him with the 2-seam fastball, swing and a miss. Again, another 0-2 count for Scarlet. And he chases the slider out of the zone. Strikeout number 8. 8 shutout innings for ScarJo. This is Avengers baseball. At the end of 8 innings, it's 4-0 MCU. Oh, God. Feeling good. Feeling good. Brett Martin comes in to pitch. He's a lefty on the mound. He's 1-3. He has a 4.93 earned run average. And he will face Benedict Cumberbatch, who's 0 for 3. Top of the 11th.
Number 3.
Checks his swing, pitches high. Manager's going to go to the bullpen. Manager, bullpen. He's going to warm up the closer, Jeremy Renner. Just in case. I'm looking to do a complete game shutout with Scarlett Johansson, but if she gets into trouble in the bottom of the 9th, fouls it off, count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. If she gets into trouble in the bottom of the 9th, there's no reason why I shouldn't have the closer there in case of an emergency. Pitches in the dirt, count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Martin sets and delivers. Inside. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck is the Winter Soldier. And he pulls it down the right field line. And that ball will be foul. Full count, 3-2. Thought he had a chance in that right field corner. So that's a leadoff walk for Dr. Stephen Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. You're losing 4-0. Last thing you want to do as a reliever is to walk the leadoff guy. So next up is Sebastian Stan. He has an RBI single today. He had 5 RBIs yesterday. He has had a good series. Slider low, ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
And he slices it out of play. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Sebastian. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Count is 2-1.
Just gets a piece of that pitch on the outside corner. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner leads off first. We are in the top of the 9th. 4-0 lead for the MCU. And he hits a line drive to center. Playable. No! What a brilliant catch! The way he measured that, I had no idea he was to make a shoestring catch. Gorgeous play in center field for the first out by Bishop. See the replay. Yeah. It's a legit catch. He did not trap it. Up next is Don Cheadle. 0 for 3. He popped out in his last at-bat. Turns it on, bats from the right side against the lefty, Brett Martin. In the dirt, and he goes. And that'll be not in time. So with a wild pitch, and Dr. Strange will make it to second on the wild pitch, put himself in scoring position with 1 out. Count is 1 ball, no strikes to Don Cheadle. Here's the pitch. And that's a line drive, but he hit it right on the nose and carries right to the left fielder for the second out. Can't hit any harder than that, but nothing to show for it. And the slump continues for War Machine here in the second half. Barely had to move. So, another switch hitter in this very versatile lineup is Anthony Mackie. He turns around and bats from the right side against the lefty. 1 for 4 today. He has a runner in scoring position, but he's going to need to get a single to get him home. Let's see what happens. Did he check it?
Here we go.
Yes, he did. Pitch was inside, ball 1. Mackey's hitting .393 with runners in scoring position. So he likes this situation. And that's a line drive which will dunk in there. And in the rounding third and heading home is the Sorcerer Supreme. It is an RBI single for Anthony Mackie. Cut the check, and the MCU now takes a 5-0 lead here in the top of the ninth. Here's the replay. Clutch, 2-out hit. Just served it into center field. They were playing him deep for reasons unknown. Next up, Tom Holland. Runner at first. Tom's 0 for 4. His average is dipped to 358 after having a 370 plus average. Oh, on the black. Strike 1. After having a 370 plus average for most of the first half, his average is now dipped to 358. I mean, nothing to be ashamed of, but that'll help it go in the right direction. He's gonna go all the way to second on that. There's no way. So he'll stop at third. I don't know if he should have. Maybe he should have pushed the issue. Nevertheless, that's double number 30 on the season for Tom Holland. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Deep in the hole, it's short, and with that kind of speed, there's no way that center fielder would be able to catch him at second. Very surprised that they didn't try for that 6th run at the plate. He probably would have done that, though. Next up, Robert Downey Jr. No hits today, but he has 2 walks and 1 scored. He has 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Left-handed hitter against lefty pitcher. Let's see what happens. Misses inside, ball 1. High, ball 2.
2-0.
Outside corner. Strike 1. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, runners at second and third with 2 outs. Already a 5-run lead here on the top of the ninth. Out in front of the slider, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners lead off second and third. Here comes the pitch from Brett Martin. Just gets a piece to stay alive. Brett not doing well this inning. And he flies the pitch to left. Easy play for the left fielder. Last licks. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Dodgers need 5 runs to tie. Can they do it? This is Avengers baseball. Oh, yeah. So, first leadoff man for the Dodgers is Robinson, who's 0 for 3. Scarlet Johansson, 8 shutout innings. She's out there going for the complete game shutout. Misses off the plate inside, ball 1. Breaking ball at the knees, count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. This is pitch number 76, so she's been very economical with the pitches. Line drive, foul ball, count is 1 and 2 on Cano. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is a leadoff single for Robinson Cano, and they are starting off the bottom of the ninth the right way by getting the leadoff man on.
Now that the left fielder.
Pulled that knuckleball up the middle. No chance for Strange playing second base today. Next up, Stan Musial, 0 for 3. He has 41 homers and 105 RBIs. Leads the National League in hitting. Big lead at first, so she steps off the mound. Fastball in there, strike one. That's a deep drive. Back goes Sebastian Stan. He makes the catch, one away. One out here in the ninth for the Dodgers. Next up, Xander Bogaerts, 4 for 11 with a homer in the series. He has a double today. 1 for 3. Fastball outside corner, strike one. Jams him, racing in. He will not make the catch. Throws to second, not in time. It's the second single of the inning. Tried to get him inside out swing to right field. Bloop base hit. Runners will be at first and second with 1 out. Up next is Calhoun. 1 for 3 with a single today. And that's a line drive foul ball. Nice catch in that first row. And that's a line drive base hit. And we'll hold up and it will be bases loaded with 1 out here in the ninth for the Dodgers. And they are threatening.
The right fielder, number 10,
Eric Thames is up. Manager is going to send the pitching coach out to talk to Scarlet Johansson. Her confidence is super high, as you can see from the blue bar, CFD on the left-hand side of the screen. Eric Thames has struck out 3 times, and she wants to get strikeout number 4. She says, "Leave me in, coach. I'm Black Widow. I got this." Second for 1. Back to first. Double play. Side retired. Ball game over. Complete game shutout over. Avengers win 2 out of 3 at their rivals' home park as they win 5-0, and they get their 73rd win of the season. They lose the first game in dramatic fashion of this 3-game set, and they come back to win the second and third to win the series and put themselves 1 game out of first place in the National League West. Hollywood Avengers, 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Hollywood Dodgers, check that. Los Angeles Dodgers, no runs, 7 hits, no errors. Again, Scarlett Johansson gets to win the complete game shutout. She is now 7-3 on the season, and she beats Cy Young. Cy Young leads the league in wins with 17. He's 17-2. Now he is 17-3, thanks to Scarlett Johansson. And this has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the Outlander Show for making comments. I genuinely appreciate anyone in the background who poked their head in and watched for a while. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care of yourself.